Where were we? Running around. Okay, yeah, so Irvaine and his team knocked out Lae'zel and kinda killed her friend, the mace. Partially because he was bullying Lae'zel. Which, to be fair, she was nice, but they were not nice to Lae'zel. Shadowheart disapproves. Gale went to camp. Okay. You could go ahead and look for the thief who hired me, but I want to go this way. And I know there's not really necessary to do a short rest, but I'm going to do it
That
anyway.
took the edge off.
You liked it. Can I pick that? Pardon me, sir. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the temple that we did in the episode that I'm calling Irvaine's Premonition Dream. If you can barely hear them. It's from a different direction.
You! Not another step, hear me?
What is going on with his veins?
Boss! Got company up here!
Irvaine does not look impressed.
What's this then? Trying to creep around us and loot the crypt? Not happening. Or is it the ship you're after? Don't matter either way. It's ours. All of it.
Irvaine thinks, well, you can have it, I don't care. Oh yeah, so same options as before, looks like. So he's gonna say, again, I meant no harm, just looking around.
First you look, then you touch, then you take. The only thing we're sharing with you is our pointy ends. Get him!
You're freezer to death. Okay, let's go ahead and short rest.
Enough sitting around. Let's go hurt someone.
Time to press ahead.
Oh, fast forward through this part. For the fight, anyway. Okay.
I'm so tired. How do people do this all day?
Bullet style.
Time and the elements have left the plaque unreadable.
Hearing cylinders, why he bothers trying. Is this guy dead? Looks like he is dead. So last time we went to the door, but I noticed there's this rock thing.
No traps, please.
It's a pretty good voiceover. I still need to maybe change it. Can I might need a Starion to shoot the rope. but I wonder if I can. Oh, there you go.
Let's have a look.
If you all don't mind. So of course, Irvaine didn't come here looking for a fight. I was looking for a fight, but he wasn't. So he, because we're pretending episode 2 didn't really happen, does not know there's more people in there. But since he made a hole, let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, sucked right away. Okay. I know there's that fire barrel. No. But I want to. But I want to. What if? I think, yeah, I can use this as bonus.
Feel their anguish.
There you go. Oh, like blew him into the room. Okay,
Nothing will
Irvaine.
stand in my way.
How much health do you have? 13? It's gonna do a shotgun. And then maybe move out of the way. Oh. Okay, how much left? Okay, I want to see. This may not. Oh, that was enough. Sweet. That does take a spell slot, so we'll save that.
Swift and lethal.
Alright, Lae'zel.
On the move.
This guy, because he's behind the door, I don't think she can get to him. Yeah, not even with that thing. So we'll shoot him instead. There you go. And then, where is she? Oh, she's the one behind the door. Okay. I don't think my action search gives extra movement, so I won't bother with that. But can I break the door? Okay. She'll get a hit in. They're all after a starring for some reason. Okay, but he... Yep, he can get her from there. Well, that was a lot easier. Of course, I surprised them instead of them being prepared, at least.
These boots have seen everything.
Oh yeah, so previously...
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Okay.
Not bad. I've had better days. And worse ones.
Take the candle. Anyway, yeah, previously established that maybe Irving couldn't read Common, but now since he's been in Faerun for an unknown amount of time, he's actually learned how to read, but he does not remember when or how that happened. So just for fun, he's gonna flip through the book, and that's a song about a wolf? Sounds like it's supposed to be a scary story. Okay. And he picks all these things up, and I think you turn around and be like, do you guys want any of this? And then look real quick. I don't think any of this is actually better than what the others are equipped with. Send a couple of these to Gale, because I can't remember if I already did or not. Send that to Astarion. I think I'll keep the spell, well, but it's fire. That's fine. He'll give it to Astarion. Seems like something you'd like. And we'll give that to Shadowheart. Irvaine does not know music. Story-wise, he's never played an instrument, sung, or anything like that. I think he could enjoy music, but it's just, yeah, not one of his skills. He'll keep the water. He likes water. Notes from a soothsayer. We'll flip through that too. Conspicuously dog-eared, frightened noble. You seem to glean if you're in Trident Calm. Oh, this guy speaks different languages. That's interesting. Which plane is this? Oh, that's interesting. Someone else traveling from a different plane in Baldur's Gate? It's a figment of your inner demon. A messenger from your deepest intuition. He came to inform you of your impending luck. Well, I don't know if that's really... Maybe it is the case, but I think Irvaine would be super fascinated by this particular book. Because it sounds like to him that this person was visited by someone similar to himself. Here's like an elf, except for the, you know, the rotting part. Notes from the soothsayer. He'll probably keep that book forever, just because. Okay, I'm gonna poke through this room a little. I was trying to turn on the lights, but it didn't work. Because he doesn't know fire. Shall we open this door? He's just gonna skip on through. There's a guy over there. Well, he's not gonna... Yeah. I would say he wasn't really gonna go in expecting a fight, but we knew what was gonna happen. Okay. He's being threatening. I could imagine,
Over here! We got company!
well, he didn't really give him much warning. He just ran in and had the initiative. So maybe Irvaine has still got his adrenaline growing from these other people. And since the guy was threatening, he assumed he wouldn't want to talk and was gonna attack first. Otherwise, I was gonna say maybe Irvaine would try to say something like, we don't really need to fight, and then fight. You missed.
Time to strike.
Can you go through? No. Alright, she's gonna try to shoot him. And I'm planning on long resting after this, so might as well use.
Talk to me.
Alright, Shadow Heart.
Onward.
You can use your last spell. But you missed. She's tired. Okay, so this might kill him, but he's gonna electrocute this guy. I just want to see how it looks close up. It's kind of cool. Probably should have done it from this other side, but that's okay. And then looks like he's
Best
not
be on
gonna
my way.
take an opportunity, so we'll move out of the way.
Now!
I swear they all go after Astarion for some reason. Good for you.
No more prayers. Only dust and silence.
Who are those prayers for? Normally the patron god is obvious. Not here.
Patron god. Here's another Irvaine fact. He doesn't believe in gods. Which is kind of funny for Baldur's Gate 3 since they're actually a thing. The Curse of the Vampire. We'll pick up and read it in a second. But yeah, the reason, somewhat ironically, yeah, I think ironic, is back in Irvaine's world, after he met Orchid and was able to cross to her plane temporarily, or realm, and then years after she passed and he was gone again, the sanctuary he created remained, and actually Orchid and many of her people stayed on the sanctuary, basically to get away from the human wars. She was a
Can't slow
refugee
down.
that just wanted to stop being bothered. But this group of people on Irvaine Sanctuary built within the place and basically created a small town / temple area. And it turned into... Oh, I didn't mean to sit. That's funny. It turned into kind of a monastery situation where the story changes without Irvaine actually being there to be able to talk to anyone. All that was left was just secondhand information that, you know, what do they call it? Oral history, where it's passed down by word, and things just change over time. So yeah, instead of being the earth spirit / elf who happens to live in a different plane,
Don't mind if I do.
the people started believing that Irvaine was a god, specifically the god of the Nur, the guardian of the Nur. That title was, that stayed the same, but it's just another name for him. So yeah, he basically had his own religious following for a time that he did not ask for or want, but they were there. And story-wise, until someone related to him specifically who could find that talisman and bring him over, or to connect with him and speak to him, he couldn't make the correction and let them know that yeah, he's not a deity at all and doesn't want to be. So yeah, interesting things. But the twisted side of part of that story too is, you know, as word of mouth goes, history changes. Some of his followers were not the greatest people. I say his followers. And so they did things that he did not like in his name either. Lost my train of thought for a second. Oh yeah, so it was just even more reason for him to not like this whole deity thing. And he, as far as his perspective goes, because of seeing the information just change over time, he believes that gods are not real. They are a human concept made possibly to control others, or just to create a figurehead to represent a movement or way of being. So yeah, whenever he comes across information about the gods here, he's gonna be very skeptical and probably unimpressed. And I don't know, those conversations are just gonna be fun.
What's inside?
He's like flipping all these books, having a grand time, trying to read them, and probably even trying to find more information, like that first book, the Soothsayer one, to see if there's any more people like him. Never took the man for a son of Baal. So far, none of this is actually going to mean anything to Irvaine, though maybe something in the back of his mind is perking its invisible ears. Dare speak the name to me, my mistress has turned to ash, fighting those forsaken wretches. I curse Baal, I curse Irenicus, and I curse you. The 5 tore tethered to pieces. More Baal spawn. They're all inclined to killing each other. Baal people kill each other. Off face of rune. Several hundred more interviews. Yeah, definitely Irvaine would have lost interest at this point, because none of these names mean much to him. Oops, didn't mean to just grab it. Oh, he's got 4 copies of the same book. Death is too powerful a force for even a single god to contain. It is the duty that has been passed from hand to hand, splintered into smaller pieces. Disease, war, funeral rites. There must always be an overseer of the cycle as life falls away. It was Jurgle, Lord of the End, of everything presided over mortality, with his unblinking stare until even he grew weary. Young Baal, Bane, and Merkel must have thought themselves conquerors that came for the god of death, yet he used their ambitions to free himself. Merkel claimed primacy over death from Jurgle's bargain, but even he does not rule death alone. What is murder if not the most violent of deaths, seized by Baal in his incessant greed? Through this whole part, something in Irvaine's head is burning more. What need would there be for noble Hellamore to judge passing souls if one deity could hold the process entire? Even gods can die after all. Those who worship death should remember that above all else. So that's interesting, because probably reading that makes Irvaine think that the gods are not really gods after all. Still, that's just the way he thinks. I don't even know how old Irvaine is. It's kind of a mystery, since he also, his past before being Guardian of the Nur is hidden. Like, he doesn't remember anything before then. So he is possibly more than a few hundred years old. Yeah. But he is, he's, I always get like the eternal youth, immortal, because immortal technically means you can't die, right? So he is mortal. He just could also theoretically live for a very, very long time because he's an elf. What is this? In her life, her service has been impeccable. Did she devote herself to the Lady of Loss? Some tyranny of memory almost. Huh. Preference even her own name. Someone who gave up their memory. It's interesting. But that's not gonna mean anything to him yet. Of course, the fact that he doesn't have parts of his memory might make him wonder if this is connected. Color pitied her as forgotten. Yeah, anyway, so Irvaine's having fun looking at these books, and I sort of, these poor team are probably bored out of their mind. Although Shadowheart was probably interested in that one book about the Lady of Loss. And Irvine kept picking up certain books that would mean something to the others. Read. Find where they put beneath the bone white powder, hundreds of short obituaries are recorded. You'll mark to drowning, Irvaine Arcuson's marginal rot. Such as how people died.
You do not recognize the language on the plaque.
Okay. Oh, this is
Something
cool.
over there. What did that do?
A little creepy.
Chatter already, Tusky.
Like he was just turning to her because I feel like there was awkward silence while they're running around. Yeah, I'd be curious. He looks so unusual. Githyanki are rare in these parts. We'll say he remembers the word Githyanki from when Shadowheart referred to her. Are rare in these parts, but he wouldn't know that. Yeah, actually, maybe he won't say it yet. I feel like the first part makes sense, the second part doesn't. Do you know much about mind flares? Yeah, that he would have.
I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less.
That is typically how he works anyway. He's more of an observer. Oh yeah, my past is a mystery of me. Could the parasite have caused that?
Ceremorphosis takes all of you. Mind, body, soul. An ordinary tadpole would eat at your memories until they were lost to the void. But our tadpoles are far from ordinary. I wonder if another factor's in play.
Poor Astarion. Do you know what happens if we don't find a cure?
Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born.
He does remember that happening on the ship when he pressed that one button. I feel like it's cool that that fits, but yeah, he would say that.
Words forged in steel. May your actions express the same metal. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me.
Yeah. You're worried we haven't changed? This is good news.
Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
True. I don't think Irvaine has really noticed these urges yet. I mean, he's had his little random sporadic dialogues, but I don't think he's particularly noticed the extent of this urge yet. So we'll end this discussion. I think he feels it's in his nature to want to heal people. And the Starian is kind of in their parties, so I think yeah, he wants to help at least a little bit, even though they're about to long rest. Before they go more exploring, I think you decide this seems pretty as comfortable as it's gonna get for now. So let's go to camp. This ambiance is nice. Okay, Lae'zel's there. Just gonna leave her alone. He just talked to her enough.
Let's see what this does.
Go back and I know I already showed looking through this chest before, so I'll probably skip through some of these things. Oh yeah, let's give him 2 daggers.
Can't slow down.
That's better. Okay, let's do long rest. I know Lae'zel wants to talk, but Gale's right there.
Go to hell.
It's Same reaction. Was there anything particular I did to deserve such a
Oh,
greeting?
nothing. Nothing. I'm just poorly making a point. Go to hell. An everyday expression. So trivial it's almost meaningless. But we've seen hell. It's real. And it isn't trivial.
Yeah.
Devils, dragons, mind flayers. They used to be abstracts. Pictures on a piece of paper. What a difference a day makes. Now we have tadpoles slithering through our heads like carnivorous feti.
Gross.
That's not abstract.
It's true. But what else can we do? So he remembers Gale's knees being sore and him being tired, so...
This ballet of flames invites reflection. But you're right. Let's be up with the lark. Find a healer before the wee one gets hungry.
That was a funny smile. Oh well. Now Shadowheart wants to talk. Kind of feel bad for not talking to Lae'zel first. Maybe she still has a thing to say. But well.
What were you two talking about?
What do you mean?
You and Gale.
Yeah, he doesn't understand the mood, but...
I see. I'd be careful with Gale.
Why?
He's a wizard. All they care about is power. Let's hope we rapidly find a healer. You seem reliable. I think you know how important it is that we find someone who can cure us. Best if we focus on that.
He does agree, but he's also got that issue of waking up with a splitting headache and remembering nothing. Let's see.
Caution is a luxury we don't have. Let's rest and wake up at first light.
Stretch. Okay, let's see if Lae'zel still wanted to say anything. Oh yeah, I put her in the fancy dress.
A monster forms inside us, yet you waste time with idle chatter.
Was that all she wanted to say?
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Do you mind? I'm brooding.
That's fine. Irvaine just wanted to check on the bruises and see if they were better. Let's go to bed. I'm just gonna pick one of those this time. Interesting, I didn't get that one cutscene this time. I wonder what triggers that. People are lingering. To decide for this next part. So you want to keep the same company. Scale want to say anything else?
A Githyanki joining our company. Not a collaboration I'd have anticipated. but a welcome one nonetheless.
So, sort of learning a little bit more. Yeah, he's going to bring up his lack of memory to Gale too.
Memory loss isn't usually a symptom of ceremorphosis. If it is, they've forgotten to write it down in any text I've read on the subject. Then again, our case isn't exactly usual. Perhaps whatever's causing our tadpoles to remain in stasis has also affected your mind. If ceremorphosis takes place, all trace of your former self will be subsumed into the Mind Flayer's hive. So, to still be here, if a mite forgetful, still a win in my book.
Like Irvaine's sort of comforted by that, but also not. Tell me a bit more about
Let's
yourself.
see. I hail from Waterdeep, city of splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment. I have a cat, a library, and a weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood takes me, I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There.
He's thinking about the one book at the mentioned poetry about the, what is that, the sea bitch? I don't think he wants to hear more about that. Well, he wants to change the subject away from the hobbies. So...
Certainly. That I have a great respect for privacy, for instance, especially my own.
Okay. No, he wouldn't push it. He just... say fine and go. Yeah, I don't think he feels like talking to anyone else now. I think Irvaine would want to just leave camp. Oh, let's see if those people that got knocked out are gone or not. I'm curious. I mean, there's bodies. Did I kill them all? I was thinking some of them got knocked out. Okay, there's just blood there, so I guess she just left. So our bodies and left. Oh, wait. Yeah, he hadn't noticed that that door is open now. What is this? Just candles. Is that a skull with a scroll in its mouth, and a statue without his head, and a huge list? It's interesting. Right? Yeah, that's a big giant scroll. Little nails. Okay, let's open that door. It's very dark. Oh, he does have... Let's see if he had the dark vision. It's still pretty dark.
This place wasn't built for the living.
It's kind of sad, but after Orchid died, he did spend a lot of time in her tomb. I think mainly just because he missed her, but also since she was the only one that could see him and interact with him for a time. Yeah, it just made him the loneliness worse for a while. Darian.
Careful, I bite.
Could pick the lock.
A crooked touch.
Possibly. He can pick the lock. I say, would have had to roll pretty badly not to get that.
Father, they will die for you. Moving in.
So that's something after Irvine said it, would be very confused with himself.
Armed scribes. No sign of a struggle.
I wonder what was so subversive about their words that they commanded protection.
Well, considering his own sanctuary, there was a point, unfortunately, where people were able to find it despite his protection, and the wolf's protection. So what happened to Irvaine's unasked for followers is they basically got wiped out. So yeah, so he understands protection is needed, and for some reason humans seem to wipe each other out for little reason. I'm just passing out the stuff so he's not encumbered anymore. Sort this real quick. Type.
No traps, please.
More cups. Let's see. Oh yeah, so anyway, after the whole line of something about his father.
Father, they will die for you.
Yeah, not only is that just confusing because he's saying things without meaning to, but as far as Irvaine knows, he doesn't really have a father. Like, there's no memory.
This must be ancient. No one worships the final scribe anymore.
And Irvaine's just recalling that he just read a book that mentions Jurgle. It was the scribe, which explains the scroll. Did Jurgle control the other? The other three that mentioned? Trying to remember what I just read and not what I know from previous play. I think also the more often Irvaine says these random things, the more he's realizing that there may be another occupant in his head besides the tadpole. Dun, dun, dun.
Looks like someone wanted to bury their secrets.
Strange coin. I wonder what it's worth.
Doesn't know much about currency, even from his own world. That was just not something he dealt with. But in one of his hidden memories, it might mean something to him.
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a massive lock.
Curious. Oh, definitely the sorcerer. Muster your will and channel a surge of magic through the lock. Charisma, always had a bonus. The guidance was Shadowheart giving him a suggestion how to go about it.
As the lock opens, weak magic pulses from the book. Such a waste, binding it to dry, dead parchment. What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. But of what?
Oh no. His religion is not good. For multiple reasons. But he passed. It's kind of like history too, I guess. Yeah. A little say from observation.
Gods. These are the names of gods, once lost but now restored after the Second Sundering.
And is reading those books.
The last three names in this book sit close together, but are so devastated by the scrawl as to be unreadable. Entire pantheons have dwindled and been reborn, silently recorded by this book.
Well, he's definitely taking that. Pick up. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, maybe anything to say about the book?
I am enjoying the latest addition to our little group. Lae'zel is delightful. In a very look at me twice and I'll dismember you kind of way, of course.
Never would agree with that part. Tell me about yourself. I guess why not?
Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
No, Irvaine doesn't know what a magistrate is, so he says that's fine. He'll drop it. Shadowheart's hiding behind the door, so he won't ask her anything. Sure, cool.
That might be worth a look.
Let them come. The darkness can be to our advantage.
I don't know if he's seen walking skeletons before. At least that I remembers. You're startled by the walking skeletons. feel like for some reason the real blocks, even though they shouldn't.
Blood follows me everywhere.
Ah, dang it. What did you do that for? So still too distant even with the... Even with that? Okay. In that case, can I... It's like just out of reach. Okay. Did I mess up his... Can I... It almost seemed like I could have jumped over the rail, but I can't. Can I do this? Okay. Well, okay. Well, I put him in a bad spot. But it seems like even with the silence he can do this one, which is interesting. Let's try this. Saved, but still. Learned something.
Let's have some fun.
Starion. Can you reach? No. Potion and shoot him.
Need to stay focused.
And then
Got to
Shadow
press
Heart.
on.
She could probably finish this guy. Very nice.
Another step forward.
I can keep going a little longer now.
A lot of effort to hide one sarcophagus.
Here lies the guardian of tombs. Through knowledge comes atonement.
It's a woman on top?
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me, right as always. What a curious way to awaken. Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's life?
It's a deep question. One or two is more like what Irvaine is wondering. But I think the first thing he thought when he said, so he has spoken, is exactly what he was wondering.
an arbiter of certain matters. But that is not important now. Wilt thou answer my question?
Yes, Escaway. It's probably more of a I suppose.
So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
Definitely not one for Irvaine. There's something in his head wants to say that. Mine seems worth little. No one is worth more than any other. We are all equal. Irvaine kind of thinks that way. It depends on a person's deeds. Sort of that too. Definitely not 5. I wouldn't say it's 6 for him either. Definitely not 7 either. Depends on the mortal. Whoa. Some mortals live much longer than others. I can't compare them. But the question is, what was the worth of a single mortal soul's? The fact that some live longer than others, I don't think changes. I don't think that is something that matters to Irvaine. Because when he was the guardian of the Nur, all the lives mattered. Whether it was like a bird, a frog, a wolf, or even the humans. But they mattered in a way that they were just all part of nature, all part of the ecosystem. The length of their life didn't matter. So yeah, I feel like 3. 3 for Irvaine. None is really worth more than the other. Depending on the person's deeds, he might decide that life needs to be cut off sooner than the others. But in general, 3.
In death, that is so. Very well. I am satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell.
I think Irvaine likes Withers. Just as a platonic like. But he kind of has a similar vibe to the ancients. The few beings that Irvaine could interact with, including the giant snake, who was basically his friend too. So yeah, Withers, there's something similar in a way about Withers, and I think Irvaine likes that. I think I was saying his name, so I don't think he ever said his own name. Oops. He doesn't know his name yet. Maybe you'll ask. Oh.
We have nothing more to discuss. Continue on thy way, as if I were not here. I must attend this place after so many years away. We will see each other again soon.
You seem very certain of that. Definitely not 2. If anything, he probably wants them to hang out. Soon is rather vague. When exactly? You seem very certain of that. How? feel like one's kind of pushy. It's not too bad or anything, but I think Irvaine understands to an extent. So it's fine with Withers not wanting to be bothered and attending his tomb that he just, you know. So 3 maybe?
The mechanics of fate would be difficult to explain to one such as thyself.
Fair enough.
Regardless, it will occur.
Okay. Shadowheart have anything to say?
Lae'zel has a dangerous look in her eyes.
So obsessed.
Let's just hope she reserves those impulses for any common foes.
What's the story with the little artifact? My memories are gone. Yeah, he's been asking everyone, so he'll ask her too.
I understand why you ask, but memory loss is not as uncommon as you'd think. There may be other causes.
Like what? Okay. What do you think? That's what happened? Should get to know each other. I feel like 2 feels more like a natural question for him.
We haven't gone all that far yet.
Yeah.
What are you
well,
referring to exactly?
You know, the ship and the tadpole and just have thoughts about our little stowaways.
Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it.
Do we though?
Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith crash will actually prove our salvation, but worth keeping in mind.
What will you do if we actually manage to remove them?
I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course.
Where would you go?
Home. Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
I'm just curious about who, but especially since everyone else has been private and he's private.
Thank you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation.
How am I holding up?
You're not the kind of company I'd keep willingly. But all things considered, you'll do.
Fair enough.
And I haven't forgotten that you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. Perhaps I'll be able to return the favor at some point.
If you like. I don't think he's worried about that. I think he'll leave it alone for now. Oh, is that a... I already got that one. Let's go towards the light. Keys. Wants to get out of the darkness a little bit. There's water. He likes water. I think I said that before. It's more in his element. Oh, who died here? Yeah, I think he was starting to feel a little suffocated down there. Someone drinking something? I should make whoever sees the stuff dig it up from now on. And they can take the loot too.
I'll be keeping an eye on you. Understand?
If I choose to kill you, you will not even see it.
What's that?
Oh.
Better not be cursed.
Already tired of curses. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, honestly, I just wanted to see the view from over here. It's kind of cool. All that. Been overnight, still burning over there. This shit. Okay. Let's go. I know, well, I'm also out of spell slots. What is this? Sorcery points. Replenish source. Can be spent to augment spells or access higher spell slots. Looks like I can't use it though. Oh, I wonder if my Mesa got up. I think you'd be curious if she's okay too. Despite I don't see. Oh, he's still there. She's gone. I wonder if that's gonna affect interactions with other tieflings or not. Okay.
I hear shouting up ahead.
We should check it out, but be careful.
Okay, let's quick save real quick too. She said be careful. Let's go around this side. Oh, there's the autosave, so I didn't need to quick save. That's fine.
Open the bloody gate! Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders! That pack of goblins will be on us any second!
What's going on?
Goblins are on our tail! Open the gate, Zevlor, now!
You let goblins here? Where is the druid?
Please! There's no time!
By the nine hells! Open the gate!
Form a line!
Damnable roach! Provoke the blade!
and suffer its sting.
Trying to imagine this all playing out from Irvaine's perspective. It's obvious who's on the defense and who are the attackers, but it's interesting. This creature down there, the warg, kind of reminds me of a creature from the novel Rylan. They were called Rackjaws, and they're a little more reptilian, but they're basically bloodthirsty monsters. Very nice.
By sickle and sword, strike them down!
Again. Okay. Irvaine.
These boots have seen everything.
Have they? Looking for like a group thing. What do I have? Actually, let's throw this thing. That's the only thing. Can we push this guy? I just like pushing. But also maybe it will give that goblin a little less of an advantage from that point. I don't know. Okay, that's all.
Taking position.
Shoot him. Shoot. Who's next, actually? It was him. Shoot him. That's a good try.
Get to the high ground! Raiders! Guard the bastard! For the absolute!
Maybe once,
On my way.
we'll end this episode somewhat soon. That's not good. Do that one. That's not bad. Okay, Starion. Do you have advantage? You do not. With anyone? Maybe go check anyway. Still pretty good there. Can you reach him? I don't think so. Let's get out of the grease. Whoa.
Time to move.
Irvaine. Irvaine's gonna jump down. And I'll execute this guy. I wanna see.
Think you can take me on?
It still moved it away. That's still cool though. Okay. And then you moving him again. Right. It's fine, you just stay there.
I'll bleed every last one of you!
Okay, Shadowheart. Let's not do fire because I don't want to explode the other guys. Try for the warg. Starring.
Over here.
Oh, what? Yeah, shoot the work. Or not. Okay, Irvaine.
Very well.
Going after this guy. Execute. Or I'm not sure if poison spray is one of those. Maybe it's okay. Okay. I was afraid it was one of those things that splatters out and hits other people, but looks like we're okay. No, we did that. I'm gonna see if we can push him back into the brine. Nope, failed. Lae'zel. I don't know why we're facing the wrong way. I feel like this fight's almost done, so I'll just stay here. Oh. I was gonna say good dodge, but. Say goodbye. Save.
Bleed for me.
Try this guy. Nice. Now can you reach him?
Delicious.
Yes, but no. Very nice.
That was the last of them. Inside! All of you! More may follow! Open the gate!
Okay. definitely curious about this place. Emerald Grove.
There are children here, you fool!
We was running for our lives.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
There are children here. And the druid. Irvaine doesn't know what they're talking about otherwise. Just wonders 10. He doesn't know much about goblins. One fight just ended, but now you're picking another. Hiccup. 2 probably makes more sense to him.
Tell that to the dead at the gate.
Shut it, Horns! I'd be lying dead next to the goblins if you'd stalled any longer.
My duty is to this camp.
Oh, God forbid you risk your precious tail. But I shouldn't be surprised. Foulbloods ain't known for courage.
You see the tiefling's jaw clench. He's about to erupt.
Yeah, that was uncalled for. Irvaine, in his normal mind, I don't think he would jump to violence and try to hit the human or the tiefling out of temper. So funny enough, I'd see him either, I can see him either just standing back and watching, or number 4. Yeah, I think he would at least try 4.
You're right. There's too much at stake.
Worried about your precious hides, the both of you.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless.
He's such a
The
turd.
goblins have found us.
At least we agree on that.
Gale approves. From afar. How does he know?
Time to pack. We need to leave.
Feel spied on. Okay.
I need a quick word.
What'd you think of that?
This place seems remarkably tense for a sacred grove. Perhaps we shouldn't linger.
A sacred grove, huh?
But let's at least see if there's a healer to be found, first of all.
No, he's not gonna ask her any of those things. We'll keep her advice in mind, though. Place with the healer.
Well, this seems like a lovely little spot. The sense of impending doom aside.
So, sure. Where are you running off to, Lae'zel?
Every Githyanki has held a sword by age 6, and claims their first kill by age 10.
He thinks that sounds terrible.
Yet these tieflings claim barely a single warrior among them. It's a wonder they've survived even this long.
Yeah, being a peaceful group isn't a bad thing, Derby. No, yeah, I don't think you'd say any of those things yet. Not sure he'd know what to say to Lae'zel in response to that, actually. Maybe he'll go back
Time to pack. We need to leave.
to Zevlor.
Forgive that display. Aradin's a blowhard, but that's no cause for me to join him.
Understandable.
Thank you for your help out there. I'm Zevlor.
Irvaine. What is this place? Yeah, I think you want to say what is
A
this
druid's
place?
grove, dedicated to the Oak Father Sylvanus. you'll find its keepers just as thorny, I fear. Whatever your business, I'd see to it quickly. The druids are forcing everyone out. This attack will only strengthen their resolve.
I feel like it'd be 2 or 4. Forcing us out. I mean, Irvine doesn't really understand why people are the way they are. 4, yeah, I think he'd say that one.
Goblin got you. The druid Halsin's a renowned healer, but he didn't make it back from Aradin's expedition.
So he knows the name of
If
the
it's
druid.
not too serious, you could try his apprentice Nettie. She's with the other druids in the inner grove. They've started a ritual to cut the grove off from the world outside. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. We're no fighters.
See, it's interesting. So I was just talking about the sanctuary Irvaine made in the newer, and what part of what made it a sanctuary is that people were supposed to be cut off from it, which is what was keeping it safe for a time. It only got destroyed because the humans found it, specifically humans that wanted to destroy it. So yeah, so it's interesting because I don't think he sees anything wrong with this ritual, just based on the little information they have so far. I think throwing the tieflings out doesn't make a lot of sense to him, but I don't think he feels like he's in a position to judge that yet. So he'll ask what brought him here.
We're refugees from Elturel. We took shelter here after gnolls attacked us on the road.
Wait, no?
We were bound for Baldur's Gate, and it was too late to turn back. Elturel had no place for tieflings after the descent.
The Descent, an infernal conspiracy that had seen the entire city of Elturel briefly dragged to the Hells.
That's a tidbit of knowledge that Irving was kind of shocked to have. I think 1. Yeah, based off of that little special memory check.
So I hoped, but we've lost so many already. And more will die if we're forced out again.
Makes him feel a little more bad about that one fight when freeing Lae'zel, but...
Dimesa! Watch out!
Yeah, still at this point, I don't think Irvaine would have a reason to say that druids should stop their ritual. So we might just say leave.
Thank you again for your help out there. If you'll excuse me, I'd best get my people moving.
Yeah. Sorry, dude. What's this? I think that's in the starting line, actually.
I care about our lives, our
Okay.
futures.
Let's talk to him.
No, you just care about...
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met, and thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
that fast. Are you really locking down the grove? Yeah, it's funny because, you know, with all my other characters, they'd be asking that. With Irvaine, I don't know, for some reason he just doesn't think that's really any of his business right yet. So he'll just ask what he's
Just
selling.
some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Okay. Poison. I'll keep it. Okay, so I'm just gonna sell things that I know I won't use. Even though I realize some of those spells and things are really good, I know from my past playthrough, I never ever use them. So there's no point keeping it. Maybe I'll change my mind later, but so again, I don't think Irvaine is that he recalls experience with trading, but I imagine maybe with some of O'Hart and Gale and people mentioning maybe the value of some items and supplies, and so Irvaine thinks he'll just grab whatever he can carry and sell it. We'll keep that. Maybe he was about to give the gloves, and then the others were like, no, wait. I don't think anyone cares about the loot. I think Irvaine wants to keep his books, but this one he doesn't care about. Especially since there's 7 copies. Drink the Jungle. I think he cares about that one. He's keeping the notes from Soothsayer. Keep the letter. Curse the Vampire. Haven't read that one yet. We did read that one. We did read that one. I keep forgetting. You can click shift. Yes. Saves you time. Yeah, Irvaine doesn't care for shoes yet, so throwing out the shoes. How many daggers does he have again? I'm not sure what Astarion thinks about Irvaine giving him daggers all the time, but okay. What we got for 1,000? Give the poison to Astarion. Fire resistance to Shadowheart. He's gonna keep the animals. Feather. Gloves of Power. Astarion is gonna do the sleight of hand, so I should just stick him on him. Maybe the others will look at the valuable things and pick out what they want. So for Astarion, he'll get the bow. What would Shadowheart want?
My faith will guide me.
1 to 9. Maybe that? Maybe a better weapon?
Someone there?
Speaking of. Lae'zel.
Nuggets will be done.
Her armor's gonna be stronger than everything, but maybe she wants the gloves. And Irvaine, he likes these healing potions, so he's gonna grab those. He likes the ice. Grab the things he feels an affinity to. Even if he ends up giving them to someone else. I want pale blue. Maybe I'll leave that one. I feel like I don't use those a lot either, but we'll leave it. We'll balance it. Now that we got
No time to dally.
stuff, give her the amulet and axe.
Keep your distance, darling.
Give him the bow.
Indolence breeds madness.
So the gloves. Oh, we didn't get anything for Gale though. Game-wise right now probably doesn't matter, but story-wise, I think Irvaine would want to make sure he got something. I have him with the daggers. You need a light armor? Excuse you. My bunnies throw their bowls when they're empty and they want food.
Sylvanas, guide your path.
No, you just care about your stupid apprenticeship.
Sure, you too. Okay, let's talk to these three and then call it the end of this chapter. Take what back?
Hells! We can't just leave. They're kin.
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please? What's the point in blades and spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. These people aren't fighters. We can help.
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
Huh. Well, Irvaine was just told that they wouldn't be allowed to stay. At least in the grove. It's funny, I'm going with the... Because it's been so long, I feel like Irvaine's memories of Orchid is really, really faded. But I think she kind of reminds him of her. Just a little. Single blade could make a difference. But would he tell him to stay? I don't know. He might stay out of it, honestly. I might hate this, but...
Roland's right, sis. We should leave while we still can.
Or would you deny your brother here his chance at fortune in Baldur's Gate?
Fine. Let's sneak away like God's damned cowards. But if something happens to these people, it's on us. I hope you know that.
No warriors.
It seems like a sad note to leave on, so I changed my. We'll talk to one more person. In my other playthroughs, I try to persuade them to stay.
Children, look who's here.
But with Irvaine, I feel like at least staying out of it felt more right. Let's talk to Will. He remembers seeing him by the gate.
Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
Hey there, can I have a word? It wouldn't be number 2. It's good advice, child. You do well listen. I think you would say that. And, yeah, from observing his own family before they're gone, he would have liked someone giving them the same advice.
You're on the right path, Umi. Go on now. Practice what you've learned. Well met. The Blade of Frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours.
Irvaine's face was so calm on that.
You are the Blade of Frontiers, racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
Yes. What are your thoughts? Yeah, one, yeah. And we both carry parasites.
Doomed to shed our skin and become a lithid, or so the stories go. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Will chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Sounds bad.
Advocatus Diaboli. A devil's advocate. A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
Sounds pretty evil. Even though he succeeded that check, it's like one of those memories or pieces of knowledge that comes to him. Not exactly subconscious, it's just it comes to him and he doesn't know how he knows it. I think he would just ask, who is she?
Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
I mean, with Will's perspective, the only thing he knows about this Karlach is what he just saw, which makes her seem pretty bad. Because still back to Hell's But I'm trying to decide if he would volunteer to go on a hunt. I'm not sure that seems like him. I suggest partner up. But sorry, because I also feel like he wouldn't not offer to help Will if he wants him to join him. We'll go 2 though. He'll still help him in whatever way he thinks is appropriate.
Just so you know, my first duty is Karlach. I'm oath-bound to go after her.
Understood.
But I won't deny this infection is bothersome. I accept your invitation. I'm up for the challenge. You've just got to make a little space.
Not Karlach, Shadowheart is out of spell slots.
See you at camp then.
Let's make this happen.
Irvaine thinking she's exhausted herself, she could use a break.
Any questions, children?
Okay, so now that Will's in the group, we'll call this the end of the chapter. This seems like a better place to stop. Oh. But yeah, I'll go ahead and level him up and everything, and we'll start with that already happened. But until later then.